Hey everyone, it's Brennan the Paleo Dude here with a very special video. Today I have some guest stars off Instagram, one of my favorite group chats, the PaleoNerds, and these guys are going to be helping me review this horrendous creationist book chock full of inaccurate dinosaur designs and horrible descriptions of evolution and biology. So tonight we have our guests Dapperaptor, who is very passionate about dinosaurs and paleontology. We have Finn the Dino Boy, lover of all things dinosaurs.
Hi.
We have Caleb, who is currently studying tyrannosaur evolution and biology.
Hello.
And we have Ollie, who is right now studying speculative evolution, biology, and is currently writing a graphic novel.
Hello there.
So we got everyone introduced. Let's dive right in. I purchased this at a used bookstore for about $2, and I was wanting this for a long while because it's a source of many paleo memes. If you guys have seen the fire-breathing Parasaurolophus, that comes from this book. So it's definitely full of crazy things. And right off the bat, look at that. I think that's meant to be a Diplomoceras. If you want to comment on how horrible this looks, Caleb, as it's designed off some of the dinosaurs you study.
Yeah. That one have feathers.
And look at the wrists. Oh,
The skull's not rubber.
Yeah, it's got like this raised eye crest, and the tail's kind of like lopping around like a snake. We know that they had more stiffened tails, right, for running and balance.
Yep.
They wouldn't have been able to like curl it around,
especially
stuff like a snake. Exactly. And like right off the bat, we get this Tyrannosaurus raised up in the most inaccurate position.
Hips would be broken by now, surely.
Exactly. And it's common knowledge that they just don't stand upright. They're more balanced with their tails and they don't drag them. And I love how they use the classic Jurassic Park wrists. Just outstanding. Huge scales.
Well, while we call Jurassic Park inaccurate by today's standards,
yeah,
you guys are prepared for what's in this book.
Oh, prepare yourselves indeed, because we are about to enter literal hell, ironically.
Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Right off the bat, we have a diagram of different continents, and look at that, Spino. Okay, so that's something we'd see out of like
I saw, and I just, I'm freaking out.
Look at that ceratopsian face.
Ooh.
The Centaurosaurus is inaccurate. The Centaurosaurus.
Okay, before we continue, shall we establish when this book was made to compare it with the
let's find exactly. Some of these dinosaurs are considered accurate for the time, so let's take a look at the date of the book.
That is definitely important. Imagine it was like made in 2000.
1992. Right before Jurassic
Park.
Okay,
you guys do not have any excuses.
They do not have excuses for inaccuracy. No.
Yeah.
I mean, Allosaurus is not too bad. Centaurosaurus, you're right.
Allosaurus is not from Australia.
It's the Penosaurus.
Wait, Allosaurus in Australia, bruh.
That's because the astragalus, the ankle bone, is actually now thought to be a megaraptor.
So it's Megaraptor now instead of a Allosaurus.
Yeah, so it's like related to the Australopithecus. So it's either an Australopithecus.
Yeah, Allosaurus was just used for a term to like overall before it got its official name, but that's pretty inaccurate. Where's Megalo?
Please basket Tasca.
Yes, that's what the correct term is called. Thank you for my.
Okay, so we've got some inaccuracies with where dinosaurs are located.
Is that the Stockosaurus over there?
Which
no.
one?
Oh.
This one?
The one on the right?
It's like a naked parrot. The Stegosaurus looks like a naked parrot. Like someone plucked its feathers off.
It's so colorful. Look at the I hate how look at how long the baryonyx arms are. That's like an Indoraptor.
Look at the neck. Look at the neck of the.
It's got a sauropod neck.
I thought that was a Plesiosaurus actually, because it was like on top of the picture, so I was assuming it was like Greenland or something.
Legs.
Yeah.
Yo.
Why is Parasaurolophus in Alaska?
Oh, wait, what?
Parasaurolophus in
Alaska. Oh, Parasaurolophus. One sec. I gotta grab a charger from my computer. I did not consider it going dead like that. So I'll leave you guys on this page. Continue criticizing, and I'll be right back.
Okay, this is just terrible.
It is an abomination.
I was going to point out the fact that the baryonyx here looks semi-similar to how the Indoraptor would end up in Jurassic World. Don't quote me on that.
Oh my gosh. Did the Jurassic World producers seriously find this book and they're like, oh yeah, that would be a great hybrid design?
Dinosaurs not in the right areas though. Like Stragosaurus is not in Mexico.
Yeah, that is.
Stragosaurus' crest is a bit larger. It's actually built like a crest like a Lambeosaurus.
Even though Stragosaurus wasn't discovered in Alaska, but it's better than Parasaurolophus in Alaska.
Wait, Ankylosaurus. Look at Ankylosaur. Oh, Ankylosaurids. They've got one in Antarctica, and then one over in Asia. But it says IDS. So I guess that's
Antarctica one is Antarctica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how fossils are formed? I got to move on this side to read it. All dinosaurs not on Noah's Ark were drowned in the flood. It says one, and I guess it's referring to that caption.
So is that a citation?
Yes, figure 1. All dinosaurs not on Noah's Ark were drowned in the flood.
All. So this
all.
What about birds?
Animals were buried rapidly as the flood deposited soft layers of material later turned to stone. Fossilization occurred as the animal lay buried deeply beneath flood sediment. Fossils became exposed as the ground around the animal roads away. Okay, so they basically took what fossilization was, removed the millions of years, and removed all of the geological processes, and just slapped in the flood.
Yep.
Yep.
Do you not understand
the flood caused it all. It just,
fossilize other ways?
Clearly. What?
Don't you understand that fossils can fossilize other ways than just floods?
Exactly, right? There's so many different ways for things to get deposited and then fossilized.
Like think of the the Velociraptor and the Protoceratops in battle.
Yeah, there's a sand dune.
Yeah.
And then think about the Burgess Shale. These animals were living at the base of an undersea cliff, and flipping earth slide, like either from an earthquake or technological movement, caused mud from the top shelf to just come down and bury them. There's no flood involved with that.
Exactly.
They're pre-existing organisms in the ocean. Like,
another interesting thing about this whole topic. Everyone proclaims that the Bible or some other source that is I don't want to say false, but proven wrong. So I don't get too controversial because I don't like to be. But it's interesting how everyone proclaims that this has evidence of having dinosaurs. But no one ever talks about the the animals that exist after the dinosaurs or before the dinosaurs, such as woolly mammoths or other Cenozoic mammals, or even animals that existed before the dinosaurs, such as
exactly. Like creatures from the Burgess Shale, you got trilobites, anomalocaris. We don't see them today. How'd they die in the flood and other fish live? Like they don't talk about that type of stuff. And there's so much missing from their information, because what I think is they're just lack of knowledge. They don't dive into these areas where there's fossils found, thousands and thousands of different species found, and they don't look into that diversity in fossils and evolution. They just pinpoint on what's popular to the public's eye, and that's dinosaurs, right?
Yep.
So they
only
use
believe what they want to believe.
Exactly.
I bet like a 9-year-old
and they use what only backs up their claims.
Of fossilization. Yeah, like I bet a 9-year-old on like Wikipedia and looked for 5 minutes could have learned more than they could have.
Exactly. Like that's all it takes. A little bit of research on how geology works, right? And evolution and biology. It's so basic to understand. You just need to look into it. And there's plenty of resources online. You don't need to blindly believe what people tell you.
And if you want a book to read instead of something online, literally almost every credited dinosaur book has something to mention with geology and the process.
Like even if it's like a bit outdated, it still brings pretty good
information,
resources on like how fossils are buried and everything.
Exactly. Okay, speaking of that, look at this. Look at this little diagram over here with creation and evolution.
Oh, is that like how much evidence there is?
Yeah, they're like,
wait, what?
Oh, creation is solid. There's so much evidence, and it's a solid fact. And it's like evolution. It's all
like
fragmented.
With one book.
In reality, evolution, cinder block, and then a grain of dust would be creation.
Exactly. So let's take a look at what this says. It says, how long ago did dinosaurs live?
Ooh, I want to listen.
So above us are two men visiting the Grand Canyon in Arizona for the first time. Each man is looking at the canyon and drawing conclusions as to how it may have been formed, based on whether he believes in creation or evolution. Oh God, are they going to go from a standpoint of evolutionists? They're going to imagine what an evolutionist would think? They did not. I can guarantee you. They did not get the opinion of an evolutionist. They just assumed. Okay. So
this is kind of like stereotyping. This is actually kind of like
when you look in scientific textbooks on literally anything, never do they ever mention the views of creationism. They never mention that. They just mention that what they're explaining, the facts, the figures, everything. But they don't dispute creationists. What they do is they prove what's fact through what they're explaining. But in this book, the whole time they're comparing it to evolution and making evolution sound stupid. So
bogus.
Their only facts are just trying to make the facts sound stupid, if that makes sense.
And this actually, if you think about it, diverges from the entire quote-unquote point of this book would be to discuss how their point is correct.
Yeah.
But by comparing it to evolution, that's kind of making it an opinionated, let me rephrase myself, opinionated piece.
Exactly. Instead of explaining why they're right, they're explaining why the right thing is wrong and making it look dumb and making whatever points they have look smart, which they don't. It's so weird.
Yeah, it's just like,
weird.
It's just like, hate commercials, like, that you see every day on TV, like, with rival companies.
Exactly. That's completely it. Okay, so let's continue on. It says, blah, blah, blah. That means each man is drawing conclusions based on his bias or what the heck? Preconvenienced ideas. For scientists to be able to say something has been proven, it has to be observable and it has to be representable. If it's not, then it's considered a hypothesis or, in quotes, educated guess. Evolutionists have suggested several theories of how the Grand Canyon was formed. One of them, more popular theories, was that the Grand Canyon was cut by the Colorado River. Today, however, geologists who are knowledgeable about the Grand Canyon are less inclined to believe that theory. Geologist Steve Austin has spent years studying the Grand Canyon. He has found evidence in support of the theory that the canyon was formed by the breaking of a great the breaking of a great natural dams that have been held back enormous lakes. Creationists believe waters trapped by these dams soon after Noah's flood eroded sedimentary layers believed to have been laid down by the flood. So they're saying the flood laid down the layers that you see in the Grand Canyon, and they're also saying that the flood caused the Grand Canyon.
I don't think they understand paleoecology.
Like, I get the point where they're saying, like, oh, the water cut into the rock.
Yeah, water cuts rock, but it takes a long time to cut rock. It doesn't take one instance to just cut away that much rock.
Yeah,
it's gradual.
A large flood wouldn't just make that all go. Like, it takes millions of years to erode.
You know how deep the Grand Canyon is?
It's very deep.
It's like, what, are you taking the Death Star and shooting the Earth from an angle? Like, man. Okay, well, let's continue. Let's see. If these ancient lakes did exist, okay. If these ancient lakes did exist, they don't have any solid evidence. It's their fake theory. If they did exist, they would have converged on a large portion of Colorado Plateau. But how do they know this? Like, where are these lakes? Do they have any locations, any geological remnants of these large lakes?
Are there any?
Wait, they're using their own. They're using their own words against them because they just said like about like scientists, like saying they make hypotheses like about the Grand Canyon, but they're making hypotheses about themselves. I'm saying that wrong, but we
get the point. I mean? Yeah, they're making hypotheses.
They contradict themselves a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. And we're going to see that a lot in the book. That's all they do. So it says the lakes could have easily covered an area of more than 30,000 square miles and contained 3,000 cubic miles of water. Cubic miles of water. Do they know how to properly do like calculations?
Isn't like water measured in liters?
I don't think you measure water in miles, bud.
You measure in liters,
bro. This water is 3 miles long. I can't believe
it. 3 miles long, better drink it.
I'm gonna get myself 2 inches of
2 inches of water.
2 miles of water. I like swimming in miles of water. Okay. So then it says when we try to estimate how long ago dinosaurs lived, we have only the evidence that exists today. We have to take the dinosaur fossils, look at all the evidence we can find about them, and draw conclusions based on as many facts as possible. One piece of evidence is the rocks in which we find dinosaur fossils. Wow, they're getting onto something.
Okay.
Okay. The question is, how old are the rocks? According to the theory of evolution, the rocks can be many millions of years old. When you find a dinosaur bone, it is not at all obvious how old it is. In fact, it is not at all in fact, it is very difficult to even guess. I don't know if they've heard of superpositioning before, like the placement of
layers. There's layers. There's these layers. When they are from like the layers of the ground.
When you find dinosaurs in this layer, and you don't find dinosaurs in any of these layers, but you find early horses, then you don't find horses, then you find birds, then you find this, then you find that. It's pretty easy to estimate where things are positioned, and then the time, how long it takes for these things to change or go extinct.
Yeah, the lower you get, the earlier
the older
you
it gets.
Basically.
The older, the lower you get, the older it is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Blood did be all mixed up.
Exactly. So blah blah
like
blah.
If you go all the way down to the bottom, you're gonna be at like the Cambrian, but
yeah, very difficult to even guess. When an evolutionist claims that a particular fossil's age is hundreds of millions of years, he bases this guess on the age of the rocks in which it is found. The rock's age, in turn, is estimated by comparing it with similar rocks that have been dating using radioactive methods. There is good reason for scientists to be skeptical of these radioactive methods, for they often give very unreliable results. Okay, so basically, with radioactive dating, it's when you take a look at certain elements within the rock, like zinc, zircon, uranium, and these atoms take thousands of years to break down. So eventually they become weaker and weaker, and when they reach a certain half-life, so it gets to its halfway stage before dying, that is what they use to basically chart how old it is. They use the half-life because that's when this certain ion turns into a different element, a different type of element, right? So if they find, say, this is just hypothetical, they find uranium in the rock, that's not at its half-life, it's older. Uranium, say, is like 200 million years old, and it at its half-life, it's 100 million years old, right? And so when it's at its half-life, it turns into something else. And if you find that something else, then it's 100 million years old, right? And then they use certain elements' half-lives and just complete to date the different rocks. It's not inaccurate. It's just hard to do because you don't tend to find these commonly in certain layers. It has to be when a certain event happened, like a volcanic eruption or a meteorite impact. And that's how we use that as dating. It's easier to do carbon dating because everything's made of carbon. It's just there's a certain point when carbon doesn't fossilize anymore, but you can still use that to estimate times. It's really easy.
There are multiple methods to this, correct?
Not just radioactive dating and not just carbon dating, but they're just focusing on radioactive dating for some reason.
Which is unreliable. I mean, not unreliable. I'm sorry. Which is not very good because you should take into consideration everything.
You should compile everything you have and not just one thing, and that's what scientists use. And they look for even other ways to do it. So evolution.
That's like, I feel like if we only used one piece of evidence, for each part of science, the world would be much different. Many things many species would be valid or invalid. It would just be a mess.
Yeah. For creationists, they're set by certain rules. They have to follow the rules of, say, the Bible, and anything outside of it is false. They can't use anything that doesn't back it up. They can only use things that back it up. But when it comes to science, they use anything and everything, and they compile it together. They look at everything, and that's what a theory is. You can't prove a theory right, but you can prove a theory wrong, and that's how it works. But with creation, there is only a right and there's no wrong. So they have to omit everything that doesn't follow by their guidelines. And that's not how science works. That's not how reality works, right? You gotta do process of elimination and trial and error. That's how we build cars. That's how we progress as a society. And this goes completely away from that. It's the opposite, right?
Mm-hmm. One thing to clarify about the word theory. I've seen a lot of people say, it's just a theory. Theories in science are heavily based on lots of collected evidence to make one large claim, which is called a theory. Am I correct?
And when there's evidence, there's evidence.
You can't just say iguanodon's a carnivore. You can't just say that and call that a theory.
Yeah,
there's no evidence on it.
There's two different theories, and the other theory is what we use in our modern day language every day, and that's what people get confused with. Like, my theory is Carol has a crush on John. That's a theory you use in modern language as, my theory, my guess is that he has a crush on her, but that's what we use it for when we're speaking. A scientific theory is what you explained it to be. It's not something we use in our language. It's a completely different thing from a theory. A scientific theory is nothing like an actual theory. They just share the same name.
It's very confusing because I'm hearing a lot of theories here. Basically, a casual theory, let's just call it that, is a guess versus a scientific theory, which is more or less.
It's compiling evidence towards a claim. And, the theory of gravity. People always say, evolution isn't true, isn't real, because it's just a theory. Well, what about the theory of gravity? Gravity is a theory, but we don't just float up into the air, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's move on.
Theories are scientific laws. Yeah. Gravity. So let's move on and explain that to the fullest.
Gravity holds us onto the ground.
Yeah. So evolutionists also believe that the age of rock can be determined by presumed age of fossil found in it. This is called circular reasoning. It is also assumed that it may have taken millions of years for some of the strata, layers of sedimentary rock, to be laid down. Uniform materialism is a belief. No, it's a fact. Uniform, long-ass word, means rock layers below other rock layers are older. That's what it means, right? When a rock layer is below another rock layer, that rock layer was laid down before that rock layer. That's a fact. Like I'm learning
Funny
this
how they
in
claim
basic
everything's
geology.
just an assumption.
Yeah, it's like, bruh. So then it continues on that the present is the key to the past, and that geological processes usually proceed at the same rate as they do today. Local floods, volcanic action, and similar events they believe are enough to explain the Earth as it is today. Creationists, however, believe a better explanation for the Earth's geology is catastrophism. Geologic changes made during rapid and catastrophic events. These changes would have probably had a long periods of slow and gradual change between them. Noah's flood was certainly an event that was catastrophic proportions, a worldwide flood, and the event during it would have changed the face of the earth in ways that we should be able to see today. Okay, I like how they say should, would, and they don't have any information, any examples to back it up. They just say we believe, or it could, or look, was certainly. Yeah.
Speaking of disasters, why haven't more happened in recent time?
Yeah, we don't see any evidence. We see evidence of micro events happening in certain areas. We see evidence of micro events happening in the fossil record, but we don't see any catastrophic evidence, and we don't see any catastrophic evidence today. It's like it's like you have nothing. There's nothing to show that there's huge catastrophic events except for something written in a book, and books are written by people.
It's in the book, but nothing's happening.
Yeah, information written in the rocks is fact. Information written in a book is subjective.
Well, it can be subjective because sometimes it is objective, such as articles.
Yeah, but again, articles everything can be proven wrong. Which is also creation. I forgot this was a book about inaccuracies. We were getting so into the information that the artwork is just so bad.
Let's just look at the design.
Oh god, look at the teeth on that. Look at the tail. Look, long tail. Pterosaurs with long tails that are large like that. That's inaccurate. They cannot fly.
Or it's supposed to be an oversized Rhamphorhynchus.
Look at those wingtips.
They're pointy. We know that pterosaurs have rounded wingtips.
The look of hair / pycnofibers really disturbs me.
It looks like it's malnourished.
Yeah, it's so anorexic.
The thing is,
look at the length of that tail on the plesiosaur.
Its shoulder has a tail flick as well.
Oh god.
Oh man.
The thing is, pterosaurs without pycnofibers can be done right in terms of creative liberty. For example, take the Jurassic World pteranodons. But if you do it like that, that's just disaster waiting to happen.
That is like you look at that. That looks like
what
a monster.
What is that even supposed to be?
What your guess is as good as mine. It's got long teeth. It's huge, and it's got a long tail. So it's got like a Rhamphorhynchus tail. It's got like a build of a Quetzalcoatlus and the teeth of also a Rhamphorhynchus.
Rhamphorhynchus, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
it's like an oversized pterodactylus.
Probably that Quetzalcoatlus probably breeded with that Rhamphorhynchus.
Yeah. So basically, this whole page is talking about how people claim to have seen big flying things, big swimming things, and dinosaurs in the Congo. So they're talking about cryptids, basically.
They're talking, they're talking about
eyewitnesses is not evidence.
Those two cowboys may have shot the last living Quetzalcoatlus just a little over 100 years ago.
I think I know what they're referring to. That was a fake prop.
I don't think that's a Quetzalcoatlus. I think that's just like a flipping abomination. I don't think that's a Quetzalcoatlus.
Oh, yeah, man. They're talking about Nessie and the Mokala.
Mimby.
Yeah, the Mimby guy.
That Quetzalcoatlus could either be the ropin.
I don't think it's a ropin. The ropin was something later on. These are cowboys. The ropin is like on an island, remember?
Yeah, on Papua New Guinea.
So speaking of
Dinosaur.
On cryptozoology, there's an excellent video made by a relatively popular paleontologist, sort of, named Trey the Explainer. You may know. He made an excellent video.
He's really good.
Dinosaurs. I definitely go watch it if you want to more in depth.
Yes, and it's very good.
Well, let's move on.
Okay. The next page is just on Maiasaura. There's nothing really cringe here about God or anything.
It's
talking about dinosaurs being warm-blooded and stuff. Wait. Very, just normal dinosaur book stuff. Are the dinosaurs in the Bible? Oh God.
No.
This one talks about beasts, big beasts of the land. We got a Bible verse here.
Like
blah blah
behemoths,
blah.
leviathans.
Okay, let us make me. Okay, so it's God created dinosaurs along with all other animals. Blah blah blah. Translated. Oh, they're translating crap. Okay, so fossils, dinosaurs discovered into blah blah blah. Where's the part where it talks about the actual mention? Okay, there. This is the quote.
Behemoth.
Look now at the behemoth which I made along with you. He eats grass like an ox. Grass didn't exist at all during the Mesozoic
Grass
era.
didn't exist until like, I don't know, like 66 million years ago or something like that.
It appeared late,
right at the end of the Cretaceous.
I've heard some people refer to the behemoth as a sauropod, but there's no evidence of them eating grass at all.
Yeah, exactly. They're definitely tree eaters. So see now its strength.
They're designed
hips,
to
power.
eat conifers and stuff.
Something, more. Even then, the more low-lying sauropods, such as like the Rabachisaurs or Diplodocids, would have eaten.
Magyaria is a dwarf sauropod.
Yeah,
Island.
Their only evidence towards it being a sauropod in here is the fact that it talks about how he moves his tail like a cedar. And they're saying, oh, a cedar is long. They're long trees, so long-tailed big animals are dinosaurs. That's what they're basically saying.
It meant it just moves its tail like that, not it is.
Yeah, it is. It isn't like that. It sways like a cedar. It doesn't. It's not as long as a cedar.
Yeah. So something else entirely. But let's clarify, gentlemen. What could this behemoth, quote unquote, be?
Elephant.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Say the thing. Say the thing.
I was gonna say a folklore legend, B, an elephant, C, a sauropod, or D, none of the above.
It could be folklore, but think about elephants. They sway their tails just like a cedar. They do that. Look how long that tail is.
No, it could be a lizard that has convergently evolved to a sauropod that eats low-lying plants.
Bruh, I don't think there's no convergent sauropod that they can describe in the Bible.
But it can't 200 maybe millions of years from now.
Yeah, in the future. So we got theoretical theorists speculating speculative evolution, but right now we're talking about the past. So sadly, not at the moment.
What about the behemoth fucking Godzilla?
Or it could just be an ancient mammal that we've brought extinct, probably. I don't know.
Some people have suggested that this creature in the Bible called the behemoth was an elephant, but have you ever seen the tail of an elephant? The tail of an elephant certainly doesn't look like a cedar tree, does it? I don't know. It has some like hairs on the end that look like a cedar tree's cedar what are they called? Needles, right?
Let me look up cedar tree. I'm just gonna
look up cedar tree and then elephant tail. This book's really not doing it justice.
Unfortunately, yes, that is correct. Oh, unfortunately, I have to go. I'm gonna have to leave this analysis to you.
Okie dokie.
I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, see you around.
And for the viewers watching this video, I will be appearing in more future videos.
Till
then, I'll catch you guys later.
Bye, dude.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so moving on to the next, there's just a few more stuff.
I flip back. I think I saw something cursed.
Cursed? Wait.
Yeah, wait. Just... Bro, that looks like Jar Jar Binks.
Excuse me? How? Bruh.
I don't know.
Okay, so this is just basic information. Of course, they don't. It's like everything you'd see in a dinosaur book from this time, minus like how old it is. Holy cow! Look at the size of that iguanodon.
It's too big.
Chonky.
It's like kaiju.
Massive.
Oh, it shows the old reconstruction.
So we've got the lightweights. This is their clarification. They don't talk about like dinosaur positioning in the evolutionary tree. They like to just give them weird normal names. Okay.
Yes, lightweights, my favorite dinosaurs.
So here we've got, this is Troodon. There we go. Long snout.
Wait, does
and
it not have a beak?
yeah, I
They
think that's
all
like
have pronated
a duck
wrists.
beak. Pronated wrists. We got this.
They
What the
don't
heck?
have feathers.
It's not a theropod. That's like flipping
Yeah,
Leonosaur right there.
Ornithodromius.
It's got a beak and it's eating a plant.
Yeah,
Struthiomimus, look at that.
What?
Its wrists don't even bend where the hands are. It like goes past the hands.
No feathers.
Like what?
Look at the hands are right there, right? And then look how much it stretches before it actually bends.
Oh god. And where's the feathering on it? It just looks like
Well, this was before Jurassic Park, but it just looks so gross regardless. Oh no, here we got horned dinosaurs.
Dragging dinosaurs, not those.
Oh, cursed. Oh my. Look at the fingers. Bro,
Look at the neck of the T-Rex. Look at the neck of the Tyrannosaurus. Look at it.
Oh, that's so gross. Look how it's standing up. It's exposing its pot belly for the Triceratops to gorge.
Also,
the Triceratops
is a lot
could
longer.
easily kill it.
Exactly. That's not a defensive position at all. That's like an insta-kill.
Suicide.
It's just like, yeah. Oh gosh.
Look at the eye placement. Let me just move my lighting for a second. So we got
Look at that
Monocoinus.
Triceratops. Look
The
at that Triceratops
Torosaurus
skeleton.
or this one? Oh,
no, that's the skeleton.
Bro,
there we go.
Tail dragging
Dang.
again.
Pain.
What
Pure
is
pain.
that? The positioning
Oh, just get ready for
of
the
the
Allosaurus.
head that looks just.
It's like
At
something
least
out of
Allosaurus.
what is that game called? It's it was made back in the day, kind of Jurassic Park era. The lady
Turok?
shooting the dinosaurs.
Is it Turok?
No,
Turok or
not
Dino
Turok. It
Crisis?
was similar to Dino Crisis. Yes, this looks like a dinosaur out of Dino Crisis,
At least the Allosaurus didn't get fagged in the cloaca.
like in the paleo art.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they would have drawn that if they could. Stegosaurus is looking pretty fine, I guess.
No, it's not. It's tail
I mean,
dragging.
This one
One
isn't.
time.
This is weird.
Why is it?
It's like Godzilla.
Yeah, look at its face. It doesn't have a beak. Its mouth just forms into a point. That is nasty.
What?
Okay, it's about to get worse. Wait, does this talk about the brain?
Oh no! Oh,
No,
Okay, I
not
don't
the
see any.
second brain theory.
I don't see any
Sizable walnut, is it
connection
gonna
to.
say?
Not the second brain theory. Crap.
Is there any stupid god quotes in this? No, I don't think so. No. Okay. Wait, I see design. I see the word design. The plates were marvels of design, sort of orally solar panels. Okay, nothing too bad. Sometimes they go out of their way.
Wait, they absorb.
Yeah, solar panels. That's all it says. The surface of the
What?
plates were finely grooved, suggested that there was many blood vessels running across the surface. The bony plates were honeycombed with spaces, which implies that there were blood circulation and irregular blood temperature, blah, blah, blah. Okay, basic knowledge for this time. Now we have Daspletosaurus looking like he's a little bit sad, a little bit tired even. He's got a little worried
We're having an
expression.
existential crisis.
Let's let Caleb just bash
this
at
apart.
this.
First
You know
off,
the
look
most
like
about.
Go on,
an
Caleb.
Allosaurus crest there. Whatever's going on.
And look at the
That's just.
this is how short it is. It's kind of like an acrocanthosaurus. You know how it's got a somewhat triangular look to the skull,
Mm-hmm.
and then the tail.
Arms are
Polacanthus.
huge.
Yo. Yeah, the claws are pretty massive. Is this the normal length of the arm for a Daspletosaurus?
That's too
It
long.
was known to have the largest arms of any advanced tyrannosaurs. Those are huge, larger than most allosaurs.
Whoa. So it's got one thing going for it, the long arms. Next we have, I think this is also meant to be a Daspletosaurus in the background, but we have Edmontosaurus.
Edmontosaurus looks so weird, like it got choked. Like
Oh, that's like if it didn't eat for like 5 weeks or something.
Yeah, they're supposed to be very bulky, very massive dinosaurs. Like especially
like
the
a
tail too. Look
song.
at how thin the tail is. Oh, we got the rest of them.
Oh,
We got little unicorn hadrosaur. We now know it looked more like a lambeosaurus with its crest, but look at that. They even got like the balls on it.
Yeah, it looks like its head's like pee-pee.
Yeah, pee head.
I mean, were they just trying to make fun of it?
Basically, I'm sure creationists like to have fun with dinosaurs and just make them look and sound as stupid as they can. Big lumbering animals that didn't survive the flood because they were too stupid. Oh, they got Psittacosaurus in here. Oh, look at the Allosaurus hand. This is memeable. Guys, look at that. It's pointing with so it's like the Karen point, you know?
Shut.
It's probably writing a Shakespeare script right now.
It's one of those they're up in the front of the orchestra and they're guiding everyone with their hand.
But the blockers are not
like
listening.
that little stick thing.
Oh yeah, the little stick thing. Definitely meme worthy. We gotta meme that.
If it holds that stick, that means it's sapient.
Yep. Oh, also we've got the classic rendition of sauropods just kind of chilling, eating water grass. Like, when have you not seen that in media back in the day?
That's been debunked before this book came out.
Exactly.
It's been debunked a while ago.
Because this book was 1992, and we've seen sauropods in Jurassic Park in 1993, the year after, walking normally.
Also, what's going on with the shadow of the Allosaurus' arm? Why is it
this one?
Yeah.
That's weird.
What is this? Okay, look at the sun angle on the arm. It's pointing in this direction, right? And then the angle of the sun on the sauropods is pointing this direction. Where is the light source?
Someone hasn't taken anatomy classes very well.
No. Oh, and we're gonna get into a lot worse. Look at these two. Look at that jaw. It's like the jaw opens before it actually bends at the joint.
Bro, broken jaw, what happened to you? What happened to you like last time? Didn't know you went bad like this.
Bro, I hate seeing celebrities get ruined by drug use.
Yeah, no.
Look at its tail. It looks like it's just like a fish tail. It's just like flopping around.
Yeah, like an eel, right? And look at the sauropod's snake neck.
Yeah.
Ugh. We know even elasmosaurs did not bend their necks like that. And I wonder if the book has a bent neck elasmosaur.
Like, they could have broken it easily.
Exactly. All that thrashing and bending,
Oh,
there's
I think
no
there's
support.
a hummingbird down there. I think I saw a hummingbird down there in the Diplodocus and Allosaurus fight.
Yeah.
They go a bit down if you look at them.
There's some humans in some of the artist renditions too. So prepare for that. This is Tyrannosaurus Rex, big goofy stand up. Haha. Okay. Oh no, we got Deinonychus.
Oh no.
I feel sad for the Tyrannosaurus because they always get ganged up on Deinonychus.
Yeah, there's never paleo art of them just chilling, you know?
Yeah, it's only a few.
Look at that goofy face.
It's like if Jack Horner met up with the creationists.
Dinosaurs probably.
Yo, let's make this thing about Deinonychus. It is a bloodthirsty killer.
Yes, they can't just be seen living just normally like birds and other predators. They've always got to be ripping things apart.
Also, and look at that stance. It always has that stance.
Yeah.
Making like a cat eye.
It's got like one leg up. It always has that stance, right? And the Tauntausaurus, I've never seen one with its neck straight. It's always looking back, frightened at a pack. And then we got Velociraptor here. Look at that tail length.
Mm-hmm.
Pitiful.
It's naked. It's got feathers on its broken wrists.
Hella broken wrists. Okay. Fat tail, short tail, goofy tail. Oh.
And why are its claws sticking out? Like they should be down unless it's not attacking or pinning something down.
Look at that. And you'd see the arms close to the side, not just randomly flopping about. Like I've never seen an animal nowadays just not using its arms just in that position. They're always to the side of the body or hanging down low.
Imagine us humans just like walking like zombies.
Yeah, like zombies with our arms out. Okay, so we got a basic broken sauropod. Here we go. We've got a kid in a footprint. Got a little kid playing
for humans when dinosaur coexistence.
Yes.
Those assumptions they make up.
And I've seen someone be like, "Oh, there's human footprints alongside dinosaur footprints."
It's
Bruh.
it's fake. That Paloxide dinosaur in human footprint tracks, it's fake.
Exactly. You can literally look that up. There's multiple articles on it disproving it. It's
I've
crazy.
also had one say that there's like Native American art that features dinosaurs. It could just show that they found fossil dinosaurs and decided to draw them.
Yeah, there's
Doesn't
like
mean they live together.
bingo.
Because dragons were misidentified as dinosaur fossils.
Yeah, a lot of the dragons were based off of first dinosaur fossils and speculation. Doesn't mean they existed at the same time.
Oh no, naked pterosaurs.
Oh, look at Quetzalcoatlus. It has teeth. It has teeth.
Oh, with that pterodon has no teeth.
Where's its crest?
Where's its
The
crest?
crest.
We have lost the crest, boys.
They don't have broad. They don't have flat. Their wings aren't rounded. Their tips.
Their tips. That is painful. Look at the neck on this diagram real quick. Look at the neck and look at the head. And yes, I'm holding the lamp.
What?
That is just that's cursed. It's beyond cursed.
Necks are like stalks.
Here we go. Marine reptiles.
Oh, the necks are big.
Nicholas. Yo, that is nasty.
Tyrannosaurus doesn't look like that because its tail's a bit shorter with a tail flick.
Yeah.
Look how long their tails are.
Yeah, bruh. We got Ichthyosaurus.
Paleontologist is accurate.
Also, look at the big fat eye, bruh.
No, but dorsal fin.
Wait. Oh yeah, look at that. It's like, there we go. It's like a fish. That's so inaccurate.
You have impressions of them. You've had impressions of them for the last like 300 years.
Yeah, we literally have that. so easy to not get that wrong. And the neck on this recently, we now know that's a lot of drag. It would break its neck. The Elasmosaur necks are stiffened by rods and they're just kept straight. They cannot bend it like that whatsoever.
It would have to basically turn its whole body.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, now it explains evolution. Evolutionary fairy tales. When I read this was the most BS, most garbage, most just, oh god, they explain it like it's the stupidest thing in the world.
Hey, is this the new Ultima's Man of the Man book? Because they look both recognizable.
Yeah, you know what? I can agree with that. This definitely looks like art you'd see in an after book.
Like
oh
what?
god, where do we even start with this? I feel like we should save this for another video. This is like a whole thing in itself.
We should save this for another video. This is gonna get way too long.
Exactly. We'll have this when Dapper gets back. I'm sure he'll want to have some fun with that. So we got bird stuff. We'll save that. We'll save this.
Archaeopteryx is still.
Oh, look at that Archaeopteryx. Was that an Archaeopteryx?
Not fluffy enough. Not fluffy. It's not black and white.
Well, of course, we didn't know the color pigments back when this book was made.
That's true.
But it's just describing how God made birds perfect or something. It's talking about how their feathers are just perfect symmetry or something.
I mean, at least I can give them like a slap on the back for making the hand and the wing connected. Like, pretty sure that's accurate.
On the Archaeopteryx.
Yeah.
We've got these guys running from an Allosaurus. Okay. Oh, here we go. We got Noah's Ark, Big Boy's boat, and we got some dinosaurs mingling with other animals. Oh god, look at this Triceratops. No neck. He's gotta lay off the Twinkies.
Oh, where's the other Homo species like or other Cenozoic and
I don't see any mammoths. I don't see any mammoths. I don't see Dimetrodon.
I don't see Neanderthals.
No Neanderthals. Oh, because those don't
dinosaurs?
exist.
Dinosaurs are the only old creatures.
Yes, there's no other old creatures.
Totally, yeah.
There's no prehistoric bugs. There's no prehistoric small mammals. No
There's no
early.
Meganeura. There's no Megaloceras.
Just forget about the Paleozoic.
Yeah, completely forget about that and the
There's-
Cenozoic. Oh wow, we got orcas.
Wow.
We got orcas over here.
That one looks like a dolphin.
So what's their explanation for there's orcas. Orcas are still around, but they're in the same photo with these marine reptiles. Why don't we see these guys anymore? Both of them fill the same ecological niche. Both of them are like similar sizes. Okay. Oh, and now it just talks about this is just Bible verses. Did they really just fill the rest with Bible verses? Okay.
What was the competition between the two?
Yeah, it doesn't explain any biological rivalry. It doesn't explain why one survived or one didn't. It just says God did this, God did that, God gave them this. It's like, bro, okay. So yeah, no, they ignore everything. Now they're talking about floods in different cultures. Wow, it's almost like water's a big part of our planet, and we have to live around water, and thus a lot of our stories revolve around water.
And we drink the water.
Wow. And now we got dinosaurs being even more shrink wrapped because they're starving. There's no plants. Like, okay. I'm sure they could find some water plants because clearly we've got dinosaurs eating water plants over in the whatever page. What happened to the dinosaurs? No one really knows why all the dinosaurs became extinct. Scientists have thought a lot about this question, but have never been able to find a completely satisfactory answer. Many suggestions have been made, but only one seems to fit the most of their facts. Some have suggested that because dinosaurs had such tiny brains, they couldn't compete with more intelligent mammals. But that idea does not seem likely, as many scientists could... What? Many scientists. How could the 40-ton Apatosaurus or the fearsome Tyrannosaurus Rex be killed in a battle for his life by mammals that weighed only a few pounds? Why is it always battles? These guys sound like Jurassic fans.
Yeah, the awesome bros. The awesome bros.
It's all about fighting and death. Like, literally biology is more than
time
that.
travel to Jurassic Fight Club.
Exactly. It seems like all they watch is Jurassic Fight Club.
Yeah, maybe they're the producers of Jurassic Fight Club, which makes sense.
Perhaps. Various other ideas have suggested death of all dinosaurs, such as disease, glandular trouble. What the? Cosmic rays, explosion of a star, and changes in the magnetic field of the Earth. Most recently, scientists have suggested the idea that perhaps a huge asteroid struck the Earth. Supposedly, this monumental collision threw 3 billion tons of dust into the air, blacking out the sun for several years and causing the most plants to die, so the dinosaurs died out from lack of food. Other scientists argue strongly against this idea. If there was true, why didn't all the birds die too? How did all the small, thin-skinned mammals manage to survive? Such as blah, 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 survive, blah, 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 blah. There's no ideas to explain why the dinosaurs died out. Oh, okay.
We have evidence for us now. It's been proven already.
Yeah, it's a proven fact.
The Chicxulub crater in the Gulf of Mexico.
No one knows surely what happened. However, we believe that all of the dinosaurs may have died out after the flood because of the many great changes that took place on the Earth as a result of the flood. Like what?
What are the big changes?
It's interesting how they just ignore every mass extinction history of the meteorites and everything, and just the flood. We don't care about those, even though there's evidence for those. Where do those fit into their storyline?
Yeah, their only evidence is the flood, but there's no evidence for the flood. But there's evidence for meteorites and all this other catastrophes, but it doesn't fit into their story, so they don't consider it evidence. This is so dumb. Blah 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 blah. Talking about plants and climate and Donald Trump. Okay, we got mammoths for the first time ever. Whoa! Look at these. Finally, we get some ice age representation. Okay.
Oh, there's many.
Is it me or they look like really red?
It might be the lighting. I don't know. They are pretty orangey and light colored on from my end. Then we got Baryonyx, the dragon. Yo, he be fighting the dragon though. Indoraptoronyx over here.
Yeah, Indonyx.
We got our next hybrid, guys. Look at that long neck. Dinosaurs, dragons, and beetles. Oh, we're getting to the meme.
They should put this in Camp Cretaceous.
Boom! This should be in Camp Cretaceous. They've already included stegosaurs losing their plates. Spoiler alert.
They added bioluminescence.
That was really stupid.
Now fire breathing.
Yes. Imagine losing a part of your literal spine. Fun.
I swear the Jurassic World riders are sometimes on crack.
Yep. And
stegosaurs losing plates. Bioluminescent parasaurus. What's next? They're gonna
bioluminescence. That's a genetical that's a genetic modification, but I don't think you can genetically modify a stegosaurus to lose its plates. When have you ever seen that in the canon Jurassic Park or Jurassic World line? Never. That's never happened.
This like the Jurassic franchise, it's starting to break laws of physics now.
Yeah, we've gone to that
hate
point.
Those kids.
Hopefully they're meaning to change that.
I really hate that kids in the future are gonna be like when they apply to be a paleontologist or whatever. I'm not sure how to apply, but like
I can tell you, I'm already in there.
Kids are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, Stegosaurus shed."
I saw it in Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous. I'm like, bro,
the Megamouth shark. That doesn't look like a Megamouth shark.
Ew, yeah, it looks nasty. The artist did not do a good job on it.
Didn't research properly.
Look at the coelacanth's head. That looks like a dinosaur head, by the way.
Dark one's better.
Agreed. So we got mysterious creatures.
Proper research.
And this just talks about how the military blew up a dinosaur in the ocean one day. So there's the image of the military submarine just blowing up a dinosaur.
That's Godzilla. Bro, that's Godzilla there.
And that's how Godzilla started, my guys.
I thought they went extinct though. They mentioned they went extinct because of the floods earlier, and now they're saying they're still alive and they're getting blown up.
Yeah, right. So it says on the coast of Oregon to Alaska, blah blah blah. There's sightings all over the world of very large, strange animals. Dead animals that wash up on beaches. Unfortunately, they're often in advanced state of decay, and scientists cannot make any guesses as to what they might be. I wonder what like genetic analysis is. Yeah, many sightings of these sea monsters seem to fit descriptions of plesiosaurs or mosasaurs. Mosasaurus is a giant marine reptile.
As basking sharks or whales.
Yeah, did you know that over 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water? Or
really?
That the average depth of the ocean is over 2 miles? If we didn't know all of the animals
for water
on land, just think of all what we might be underwater. Wow, okay. Is the search for new animals over? What do you think? Who knows what adventures are waiting for you?
There's water underwater.
God, they're making it
like 90% of creatures underwater haven't been
maybe find SpongeBob under there.
Who knows?
Bikini Bottom. We'll find Bikini Bottom. There's another civilization under the ocean. In the ocean.
Atlantis 2.0.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, and they just end it. They just ended at the military blew up a marine reptile. The end. That's it. That's literally it.
That's it. Happy ending.
A happy ending. Yeah, so I highly recommend picking this up just to laugh at it. Basically, it's full of cute memes. Like, if you guys check out my Instagram, I did a Valentine's card set with the photos from this book. They're really amazing. Especially that flipping fire-breathing para. That is just the best. I've never seen anything like it before, and I don't think we'll ever see anything as ridiculous. But yeah, so how did you guys feel about this book?
That was the most. That was
Interesting.
like the best comedy ever.
Yeah, very entertaining.
As soon as I saw the cover, I died.
Good. So did I.
I just fossilized already.
Agreed. Literally. Like, I don't know how anyone can take this seriously. Especially looking at these horrendously outdated designs. I've seen Caleb shared some photos from a creationist Facebook group, and they were talking about how ridiculous dinosaurs look nowadays. Like, hello, science doesn't care what you think of it. It is what it is, right? Like,
yeah, tell that to awesome birds.
I'm in a few creationist groups, and they just ignore all logic.
Exactly, right? They ignore what exists, and they use what they can to redirect and back up their false claims. They even twist things, and like I've seen some of the long drawn out disputes of just pure gibberish. I've gotten some in my comment sections, and I've seen some in others where they talk about dragons and they talk about mythical creatures even, and all that jazz. It's so silly. It makes me feel like they're kind of, brainwashed, and just they're not exposed to actual reasons, logic, information, or knowledge.
I think most people only believe stuff like religion and never mind. They only believe stuff like that because they want to have a purpose, or death isn't the end.
Exactly.
Like that.
And that's fine. It's totally okay to believe what you want to believe, and that's fine. Like, no one can change your thoughts or opinions and your beliefs, but just the fact that people go out of their way to use religion against people when it comes to racism, sexism, bigotry, stuff like that, where they use it as an excuse to be rude to certain groups and lash out. And then when they force it onto other people, like, oh, if you don't believe in God, I hate you, and it's just all that conflict that comes from it that's bad, right? And especially in sciences, when they use this falseness to spread it, like, don't spread it, keep it to yourself, don't push it on others, because that's when it's a problem.
I've seen this one good quote that's like, there's no such thing as a Christian child, only a child of Christian parent. It's about like they force their kids to believe things before they even
have the ability to think on their own and find out their own logic and reasoning. What was that? Yo, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do we all go quiet there? What happened?
I don't know.
Weird. Anyways, I have no clue. Oh, we get a nice exit music. Okay, so we're going to end it there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was very fun to make, and I'm definitely going to... Is Ali talking right now?
Oh, yeah. No, that's someone else.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It was definitely fun to make, and I'm definitely going to collaborate more with my paleo friends. We'll do ones on fossils. We'll look at other types of books, maybe even memes. We might even pick apart documentaries. I definitely want to do a commentary on the new, what's it called? Dino Hunters? That documentary?
That documentary's horrible.
Yeah, we can do a discussion on that as well. I'm sure that'll be fun to do in a group. And so I hope you guys all enjoyed and are looking forward to more collaborations. And I hope you guys who helped me on this video also enjoyed the collaboration.
Oh, yes, I loved it.
It was heckin' fun.
It was fun.
Okay, so I'm going to end the recording now. And where's the button? Just got to find it. And we're going to stop So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.